Alright folks, from Longview, we're here at Triangle Bowl for the title matches of today's JBT event. We're going to begin in the handicap division today, where this could be a real interesting one as two of the higher average bowlers who have absolutely murdered the lanes all day. We're going to go at it head to head here for a win. Two three-time winners going at it as well as Thomas Nute, three-time champ from Washington, is going up against three-time winner Cortez Schenck, who has won in 3 different conferences this season. It was the last tournament before the Pac Northwest Invitational, the last regular season tournament on the entire tour this year. They started it off, they'll finish it off here in the Northwest. Thomas is the top seed.
You're up in the left lane, Thomas.
And he's elected to go first. He's also getting 3 pins of handicap, so Tez will have to win by 3 to tie on the board and 4 to take it all. So someone's going to win their 4th career title here. Let's see who it is. Also lefty versus righty. Thomas, who had the high game of the whole tournament today with the 299, has added a little bit of power to his game. He's thrown a much heavier ball than he used to just a couple months ago. See him really pull up on that shot there. A nice ball to open it up. The light hit leads the 10. He used to play a lot further left and had a lot less hand rotation. He's increased that a lot. Theoretically, a little more power should equal a little more carry, and sure did today as he led the tournament at plus 407. So big numbers out of the top 5 bowlers today in handicap. Left a solid 8 in his 299 game. You can look elsewhere on YouTube for that. We got that one on tape. He's going to throw the hook ball cross lane here at the 10 and covers it up with no problem. Here he is again, the 12-year-old terror of the tour. Tez won up here in March at Splits, just down the street from here actually. He won in Roswell, New Mexico in January and won again in March in Phoenix. So he's been traveling the country and successfully as well. Oh, a little late hit on the 10. I don't know even what hit that pin and taps it out. Tez, usually when you're plus 400, you lead a tournament by a mile. They set him up on the whole place. I've been able to do it all that. That wasn't the case for Thomas today, as Tez was right behind him at plus 323. It was a dogfight between a 2nd and 5th. Tez shot 257 his last game of the semis and needed every bit of it. This time the 10 will stay up. Never say never. Well, this time it does. As he shot 257 in game 8, and if he had shot 246, he would have qualified 5th. It was that close. It was Tez at 323, Andre at 320, Carlita at 316. So 760 in the semis and needed all of that in the handicap division to hang on to the 2 seed. Cross lane, good form, picks up the 10. We're all tied up early. Thomas entered at a 184 average today and smoked him, going 215 up for his first 5, including a 270 scratch. Followed that up with 299 scratch. So a few less pins in tomorrow's Invitational as they tore up the Kegel Route 66 pattern. And that, folks, was how he shot 299. An even more solid 8 than that is what he left, as he almost trips out the 6-8 that time. Spares it up, he'll be leading by 4 when you add in the pin. Thomas has greatly increased his chances of additional postseason plays. He is 19th in handicap points coming into today, and the top 20 get into the Touring Players Championship. So, looking like pretty much a lock for the TPC now as a result of today. He's still going to throw the hook ball at the 8th pin and have it with no problem. Route 66 is in the Kegel Challenge Series, so sort of theoretically harder than house, but not as hard as sport. But for a higher rev rate bowler that knows what they're doing, they can really open up this pattern and make it seem pretty simple. And that's what they did today for sure. Is there's a lot of hold to the left that's still there. They carved out some hook area to the right, so they have room to the left and right. That's a bowler's dream, and that's why the scores are high for the top pile bowlers. The only out of bounds there is way far off to the left and right. Now, it would be pretty hard for either of these bowlers with their rotations to hit that out of bounds. That's a little right. And that's why the scores are high, folks, because that ball was a good 5 boards right of target for him for the lefty, and it just sat there in the 1-2. Schenck is it's a lot of pressure for a younger guy. Kind of the next big thing on tour, as a lot of the bowlers themselves are calling him that. Oh, that ball was left to target the whole time and didn't settle up. Instead, it's 6, 7, 10. Ugly split Cortez there. Cortez right now is in a battle with Kayla Goad for the All-Conference Bowler of the Year title. The high point finisher wins it. The TPC is worth quadruple points. So Kayla's not here. She didn't qualify for this weekend. So Tez will pick up a lot of points on Kayla now. It'll make it hard on Kayla to catch up at the Arizona Invite and the TPC, the only 2 points events left on the calendar. With that open, he trails by 13 plus the extra 3. Open's not good on a high-scoring pattern, no matter which division you're in. It's a great form of Tez, just that, look at that release. Oh, look out. Tez throws plenty of ball. You're not going to see an 8-10 from him very often. It looks like he's throwing a lot of surface right now. Sometimes the ball with a lot of surface, you'd think that, theoretically that would drive through even more, but if it doesn't pick up a roll, it can kind of hit DOA sometimes. And a couple flat 10s and then almost an 8-10 right here. They'll have to make an adjustment in the second half of this match. One of Thomas's 3 titles includes a scratch division title. He's sort of right on that borderline between scratch and handicap level. He won an event down in Portland that had a smaller field because we were conflicting with another event, but hey, a title's a title. We don't care how you win, just that you win. Over in the scratch division, it's Tanner Spacey in the semis against John Jordan, and it's Spacey right now with about a 20-pin lead. 3 frames to go. Oh, and that's exactly how he shot 299, and this time the solid 8. All that hook the ball drives right by the 8 there. And that's an unfortunate break for Thomas, as he could easily have front 4 here. Instead, he has no doubles, just spare strike, and hopefully here a spare for him. So Tez could have been in a big hole early. Instead, he's not going to be down by that much, even with the rocky start. So we'll see how that plays out later on in this game. With some room to play, it's okay to throw this hook ball at that. I don't think tomorrow that's going to be a very good idea. But this is 2 out of 3 tournaments that we thought we'd have a slightly lower scoring pattern, and these guys that was the line of the day right there. I just dropped a little hint about the pattern tomorrow, and Cameron goes, "What's tomorrow?" And she goes, "Sunday." That was awesome. So you see Thomas using the full approach here, standing way back by the foul line. He's going to take 5 steps. Looks to throw it right around the 3rd arrow and just crush the pins right there. Yep. Could have been front 5. Instead, it's simply a strike up in the 5th. And let's see if Schenck takes advantage of still being in this match. Cortez, a constant practicer down in Phoenix. Now, 2/3 of the approach there. All the mechanics in the right places. Has that pro-looking pop right there at the foul line. That's the 2nd time he's been way high on 28, and I think that was a ball change too. So doesn't have a good look on the right-hand lane at all. Just gonna have to dig out these spares here. So there's still plenty of game remaining. Tough spare though, 3-6-10.
He's not scared.
Jared liked that shot. Got the O Jonathan from Jared. Hard and straight at the 3-6-10, and nicely done. So through 5 frames, Schenck trails by 16, plus another 3 of handicap. If you want to see who wins, watch part 2 of this video.